And that's good for me, Cheryl. That's good to know, because then I can kind of, I have, like, again, I have another gal that lives in Alaska there, that she has a very kind of high stress job. She works 45 hours a week.
Yeah,
Um,
more. Yeah, more. Yeah.
and that's the thing, is that, what I do with her is, I check up with her weekly. And then a lot of times she will say, well, I have such and such, this person that I'm working with. I'm saying, that's good, that's good. And so what I do with her too is that at her time, that she basically will she's set up a couple of Zoom calls with me to come in on with some people that potentially want to look at the part of the program itself. And so I just kind of come in, do that, and then I don't really pressure that part. I just basically, I want to be that extra help, that extra layer of support. And so, with anybody that you would have, Cheryl, that, I always want you to understand that, I can give that extra layer of support if you need it. And if you want to, because we always, as coaches, we're always learning. We always want to basically understand how we could share the offering. And I know, a lot of my coaches at the beginning, they get that, that too much pressure. And I never want for anybody to feel that, because this is really fun. For me, it's fun, but I'm in a different stage. I've been doing this, 4.5, 5 years. So I'm in a different stage than you are. You're brand new. Now, I remember when I was brand new, it wasn't really, go out and get them. It was, okay, when I have time. So
Right.
that's really what I want to, for you to understand, that, I want to kind of meet you where you're at, but then again, I want to, it's kind of two ways. I want to help you, and I don't want to hinder you, or I don't want to, kind of push you to where you have to do something that you're not comfortable with. And that's
Right. Yeah, I mean, I get your position. I mean, I was telling Becky this too. I get kind of like your position, where you need to push me a little bit so that you can show me what I can, where I can go and what I can get, so that so I get the feel for the business. I mean, I get that. Believe me, 100%. And I was telling her, I'm you in my job. I'm the one that goes out and pushes people, and I give 1,000 conference calls, and I'm the cheerleader and that kind of thing in my job. So I mean, I get you, and so I never want you to feel like I don't appreciate you or the time you put in, and that kind of thing. So please don't ever feel like I don't appreciate that at all, because I do.
I think you do. I think it kind of works both ways, and to where I don't want to be that. What I always kind of say, I don't want to be that thorn in somebody's side, or that part to where it's too much, because then I'm like, well, let's kind of, and that's why I asked you at the beginning of the call, what you want to do in your business. Because if you would come back and say, hey, Troy, what, this week I'm just going to focus on my other business, or my other job, and that's what I have time for, I would say, hey, cool, no problem. So it just me, it doesn't really, I'm not really, I always kind of say I'm not attached to the outcome, because I'm really not. I take people where they're at, and I take people where they want to take it. And if it's for you, Cheryl, if you just want to help a few people, that is absolutely fine. There's nothing absolutely wrong with that. And I support you 100% in that. So I always just want to make sure that any coach that I know understands that I can help them if they want. Sound good?
Absolutely. 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 No,
Awesome.
I appreciate that. Yeah. And I definitely want to grow the business. I just need to, I've just been so busy. This year just seems to be, I haven't had time to slow down in a while. I took a vacation. I took a vacation from everything. I was so on edge and so stressed out. I did take a vacation kind of from everything last week. And I'm a little sick right now, but I'm trying to get back healthy. And this week, first couple of days, I'll be getting back normal. But at the end, I'll try to dial in and figure out who remember, I'm gonna, Cheryl, talk to.
Just basically, you being present here means you want to move forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You wouldn't come on
absolutely
if you didn't want to say, hey, you know what? I'm raising my hand. I want a little bit of help, or just that, extra whatever. So that's why I always kind of lean forward and say, hey, I'm here. You're taking your time out for basically the Zoom call. I want to make sure I'm supporting you and moving forward in the way that you're wanting to move forward.
Sure.
Make sense?
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah. Cool. Yep.
Good. Becky.
Yeah, I have a question. I was going to ask you for Christine, but I've been looking at my phone trying to find that email she sent me so that I could get it exactly right. She has a new client, and she was actually gaining weight on program. And so she called me because she said, I don't know what's going on here. And I said, I that doesn't sound right either. And we tried to get a Zoom with that lady, but she's not been able to do that yet. But I don't know if it's, I think it's, the lady who's actually not being available for it. I can do it. Let me do it from here. I'm trying to do it off my phone, which was a mistake. It's so small, I can't do anything there.
But you got an email from
Christine about, and I can put in a search for Christine's name, and then it'll come up everything she sent me.
And the other thing, Cheryl, I was going to say is that, your intentions, as in, for your mom to get healthy, that will happen eventually. You just don't know when it's going to happen. Okay.
Right.
So the best thing you can do is you can just kind of layer. And when I mean layering, I mean, as you're talking with your mom and different things, and as you will get other people, what's going to happen is you're going to start getting clients. Okay. That's going to happen. But this is the cool thing, is that as your clients are having success, you can, just in a conversation, you can share that with your mom. And so it's what's going to happen is it takes time with people. You've got to, they're not, doesn't mean that they're not wanting to get healthy. It means it's not their right time in their life. And so you just don't know.
Right.
And I know sometimes it's really frustrating because it's like, you know what? I want my mom to get healthy. I really want that. And we all care for, our parents. There's no question, but it has to be, there's an old saying to where, they don't, what is it? Your parents never take, anything about, what is it? Something or sex or what was that? It was something. No, they don't take advice on not politics, but money or sex, something like that from you.
Well, that is true. But as Becky has known my mother for many, many years, and I've actually been the mom since I was very young. So I've mothered my mom for many, 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 many years, since I was very young. So it is, sometimes my mom, how do I want to put this? She gets so stubborn and she doesn't want to take advice because you got to reverse the roles here. So because she's the child, and I'm the adult, and so she doesn't want to take the advice, on money or any of those things. So it's not necessarily because it's reversal of roles. Like my mom never drove, and I took care of everything as a young, when I was 13 on up to as an adult. And so sometimes mom just, she gets a little stubborn, and maybe it'll eventually catch on, and I hope so. Yeah. So she's just being stubborn right now. But I hope it catches on.
And that's the thing, is that you Cheryl, you stay the course, and you learn what the time you want to spend with the business. You learn what you want to learn, okay? And eventually things will happen. And it's when you least expect it. The people that you've been talking to, all in due time. So,
well, good. I hope so.
Seriously, it is. I've had coaches to where they're like, try to talk to this person, and none of them are ready. I said, well, how many no's did you get? And they go, well, I mean, maybe 10 people. I go, okay, so you got to find until you get a yes.
Yeah.
And that's what I and it's not that you are pouring your heart out to where you're saying, how the program works. You're just finding out where people are at. Go ahead, sorry.
Right. That's right. So I'm on Facebook. I think his name, is it Rick Green? Right?
Yeah, Rick.
Okay. So he requested me on Facebook, and it was so funny because then he showed his picture, which I need to do, his before and after. And one of his friends posted on there, wow, I didn't realize you had lost so much weight. I really want to get healthy. I'm just not ready to give up all of my, all the pluses yet or something. And he said, listen, it took me a while too, but I'm here when you need me. You'll know when to come. But that's everybody. That's everybody that sees me. They ask me the same things. You had to give up everything, and I'm like, no. I mean, I still ate regular food. I still ate my one meal a week. And I tell the truth. I mean, I did cheat every now and then. You have to. I mean, it just life. That's life. I mean, it happened. But it didn't take me forever. I tell everybody everybody's different, but it did not take me, a year. It took me, about 4 months. But I tell them, where I'm at. But I think that they're waiting. I feel like that they're waiting to see if I'm going to gain it back. I mean,
I'm telling you, that's what happened with me. I when I first did it, and I said, I'm going to be a health coach. Well, I only wanted to get Tina healthy, my sister. But I didn't really care if anybody else did it. And then just Karen did it. And then, Sarah a couple of months later. But I mean, this is like months would go by. And I'm sitting here telling people, look at me, look how skinny I am. Right. And come join me. Nobody would. But, over time, eventually several people did. And,
that's a good point because, Cheryl, you look at, first of all, how long have you been sharing the offering? How long have you been? I mean, maybe a month, 3 weeks?
Actually, I mean, honestly, from the very beginning, when I first started losing weight, I mean, I started telling people about the program. And I started giving them Becky's name. And, and I actually have 2 cousins that use the program, but for some reason, they wouldn't put Becky on as a coach, and they won't add me on as a coach. They do it just on their own through MetaFast, which is fine, whatever. But they don't do it consistently, and that's just it. So they don't ever lose the weight. They go back and forth. And so, and they did it because I was on it, and they saw that I was losing weight. But then they'll do it for like a month and a half, and then they'll stop. But they're not consistent. But yeah, so I really do think that people are just waiting for me to.
Right, and that's the thing too, Cheryl. What you're doing right now is you're kind of layering on people, just kind of like I was talking before. But it's think about it. Have you you think how many no's have you collected? 20, 30, 40?
Probably about 20.
Okay, so think about it this way. Say if you talk to 20 more. and you got 20 more no's. But then you start running into yeses. And then all the ones that you talk to, they start saying yes. Right?
Yeah.
You put them on the Healthy e-newsletter, and once a month they're getting that. And then eventually they have to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
But they are waiting to see if you're going to get back. But the other part is maybe they're just not ready to.
Right. Maybe.
So they're doing the right things.
That can even be the most powerful part of it. For me, I always tell people when I'm talking to them, I did this great weight loss thing, and it is the best weight loss thing out there. But I'm telling you, even better is the habits of health afterwards, because I never gained it back. And that's the way you'll be doing. You're living the healthy habits when you're getting to maintaining your weight for all this time. And yeah, people do watch you. And like I said, for me, that was the way I was. People didn't even start even asking me until I had kept it off like a year. I mean, a lot of people, So, but just grow it organically, Cheryl. That's, just
don't push it.
People who are interested.
Just do exactly what you're doing, and you're going to get better and better and better at what basically how you're sharing the offering too. That's why it's so important for you, if you have time, to plug into some of these and the recordings if you miss them. Just so you can understand a little bit more of how to kind of master your craft and be better at what you're doing. Yeah.
Everyone that I missed last week that Becky sent, I listened to. So yeah, I really did. And I really liked the one that your brother shared where his sister-in-law, I guess, had cancer, and then Kim Fisk got on and talked. I really liked that one too.
Probably the 18 call.
Yeah, it was the 18 call.
Mm-hmm. Kim did really good on that one. That helped me a lot. That helped me think about where I was and how I was doing my the business and stuff. So
you're doing fine, Cheryl. Just stay the course, and just do it at your pace. And everything will come into place. Everything does. Trust me. Everything always works out. So, Becky, what did you?
Awesome.
Oh yeah, I did find the email that Christine had sent me, and so I thought we would talk about that. She was checking on her client through an email, and she said, "Hi, Janice. Just checking to see how you're doing so far this week." And then Janice wrote back, "Not so good. I was going to call you tomorrow. Today I gained 140.4 to 142.4. Not sure what's going on. I did change up yesterday where I was eating every 2 hours so that my last meal would be around 7 because I'm not sleeping well. I attribute it to eating my last meal at 10 later and then going to bed. May not be the reason though. I ate a package of the chips about 7 last night because they didn't end up eating until after 8.
Chips?
Well, I think she means like the puffs or something like that, because we don't have any chips that aren't snacks. Okay, slept good for the first time this week. I'm anxious to see what I weigh tomorrow. The muffins in the oven didn't work out either. I think it's strange that the brownie only calls for anyway. So basically she had gained 2 pounds and she had stuck to program exactly right. She is a shift worker. Sometimes
No way she gained 2 pounds. I've never seen it.
That's what I told Christine.
And the thing of it is, when somebody tells me they gain weight, when somebody says, "Oh, I've gained weight," I say, "Okay, did you do a food journal for the week?" No. Okay, so let's look at yesterday. You remember yesterday? Yeah. Tell me what you did. Time you get up to the time you go to bed. And I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, it's they either didn't drink enough water, or they didn't get all their meals in, or they're lean and green. They really didn't look at the quick start guide because what they're doing for the lean and green is not part of the lean and green. So it's maybe she's on some different medication, a steroid. You just don't know, right?
I was just gonna say the only time that I gained weight, remember, Becky, I was on medication, and so that was the only time. So he's right about that, and I was on steroids for sinus medication. So
yeah. In fact, I always tell my clients that are on steroids, don't even weigh that week. Just program. And because I believe they're still in fat burning, even though the steroids are making them retain water.
Yeah, it's tough because then they don't see the progression and
So
but shift work. Yeah, but shift work is hard too. When you're trying to eat healthy, and you're in that shift work like that, your body's not acclimated to eating like that anyway.
Maybe not shift work, but maybe like she has really late nights.
Best thing to do, Becky, is to either we do a Zoom with her or a call or whatever, and then kind of really break everything down and really kind of see what's going on. And that's the best thing to do.
Yeah.
We can second guess all day long, but until we really hear out of her of what she's doing, it's hard to really approach that.
From what Christine says, she says, I've talked to her, and she goes, she sounds like she's really sticking to programs. So why is she gaining weight? And I said, it could be, the steroids, of course. And then I said, the only time I've had that happen is someone had gimpy scales. And so that their scales weren't even good,
Well, and the other thing too is if they're weighing on different scale too, it might be that'll throw them off.
True. Yeah. So
there's things, and until you talk to the person, individual, okay, tell me what you do from the time you get up to the time you go to bed, and what your schedule is like. Because I've had shift workers on the program. I've had truck drivers. I mean, people that don't have a really good schedule. They still lose weight.
Yeah, exactly. I was telling her the same thing. I said, I don't think I've ever had. I had one guy who. His wife totally bought the package for him. He had never even wanted to do the program. He did everything he always does. He has this Cajun dinner every night and drinks beer every night, but he had those snacks. So he gained weight.
Yeah.
So anyway, but so I will just tell her that, and I'm glad we got to talk about a little bit of this because I'm actually recording part of this so that I can send that to her and get that done. So
awesome. Awesome. Cool, guys. Well, anything else for me?
Oh, and Christine got another client this past week, so that's a good.
Love it. And what's going to happen is over the next 2 or 3 weeks, Cheryl's going to start getting clients. She's going to be like,
"Yep.
I'm praying.
No, it's going to happen. Just when you least.
But that's why I'm praying for it.
It's going to happen, Cheryl. It'll happen.
All right. Thank you, Troy.
Right.
I really appreciate you helping us out every week.
Yeah, no problem. Always love to do that. And then Becky, if you got anything for me this week, any Zooms or anything, let me know.
Yes.
Or do you already have some?
We have one for Thursday night.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Is that after?
Yeah.
That's after. That's right. 7:30, right?
She's Pacific time.
Yeah, I haven't looked at my calendar, so yeah. So I only look at it, and in the morning I usually look at it for that day, so that I know.
Okay.
All right, guys.
All right, have a good one.
All right, Cheryl, have a great week.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
You too. All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.